hold on just a second, we may have just figured out some more of the big 30th anniversary plans for Pokemon, specifically with the announcements and the things that are going to be dropping and releasing for this anniversary celebration. So first of all, Pokemon, they love to celebrate their anniversaries. I remember the 25th anniversary was pretty big, and now the 30th anniversary, trust me, I have seen what you guys have been saying in the comments. I've seen what other people online are saying about the 30th anniversary as a whole, that as of this point right now, it's a little bit lackluster as far as, you know, specifically the 30th anniversary celebrations go. Now we got a lot of information to talk about in today's video that could show where they're planning to go with this anniversary celebration very soon, because of course a lot of the announcements and reveals that have been coming out this year were basically last year's promises and not really specifically for the 30th anniversary. I mean, I do believe Fire Red Leaf Green were for the 30th anniversary because they did drop this year on Pokemon Day, but other than that, as far as like the games, we haven't really had much. And of course the TCG, we have the new 30th anniversary set dropping pretty soon, which is very cool, but there is a lot to this. I really do think there's layers to this, and they're being very strategic. And of course we do have the leaks for the Generation 3 games being ported over this year, which I do think could be a 30th anniversary celebration thing. And the original source that did drop that is a pretty reliable source, so I do think that should happen, and I would absolutely love it that happens, but we will find out soon because they are doing the Pokemon XP event where they probably will be celebrating other 30th anniversary things. And as well as that, Nintendo in general, like, they rarely do big celebrations on the actual anniversary of some of their games. It's very like them to drop announcements for the anniversaries like far after the anniversary actually happened. Let's break this all down from the very beginning of Pokemon. The original games dropped in Japan February 27th of 1996. So of course 2026 is 30 years. However, that is not the 30th anniversary for the entire world, technically. Now, if you're going on this side of things, you know, the 30th anniversary celebration could be stretched out even longer. And now I did get this idea from a comment on a recent video. So if you were the person that commented this on one of my past videos, please let me know. I can't find your comment anywhere, but I'll pin you if you leave a comment here. On the Pokemon website, of course, you can see 1996 right here. Fire Red Leaf Green launched in Japan. So this is the first Pokemon games to be launched 30 years ago, but then this is a 2-year gap. 1998 we moved to, and that is when the games arrived in North America with Red and Blue. And I believe the anime did first air in 1997. And as well as that, we also have another official announcement that I actually never even saw anything about before today of Poke Exciting, where it says, since the release of the original Pokemon games in 1996, the number of Pokemon has grown from 151 to over 1,000. To mark the 30th anniversary, Pokemon Company is proud to announce Poke Exciting, special event series dedicated to our fans across Asia. So this is obviously in Asia. And what is very interesting about this is that the event date is actually January of 2027, and the admission is free. So bro, if I was in Asia, I would be 100% trying to make it to this because this is insane. So literally right here on this website, we have confirmation of a 30th anniversary celebration being celebrated in 2027. So the 30th anniversary should still be brought out into 2027 and maybe even 2028, although I don't know if they'd like really push out 30th anniversary stuff until 2028, but I definitely could see it until at least Pokemon Day of 2027 because that's when it technically is going to wrap up, but also technically it could be celebrated in other places that didn't actually have Pokemon. And now this is obviously a theory, but it just makes sense because of the lack of 30th anniversary stuff now. So a lot of what's going to come in 2027 will be the true, I guess, 30th anniversary celebration stuff. I'm sure they're still going to be selling a lot of merchandise with 30th anniversary stuff. I'm sure they're going to still be dropping big announcements on Pokemon Day. Like, dude, Pokemon Day should be absolutely huge next year, and the Winds and Waves trailer should be massive. Winds and Waves was supposed to drop this year for the 30th anniversary, but obviously delays and everything like that, we've talked about it, so that's why it's coming out next year, which is a good thing, but that's also why it makes sense to fill in the gap for more 30th anniversary big celebrations where we should be getting Gen 3 ports. And I have a theory about Generation 2 ports very soon. I still have to like kind of write some ideas down of like what exactly they could be doing with the Generation 2 games, but I do think it would make a lot of sense to be getting Gen 1 through 3, and then after that Gen 4 and 5 I think could happen, but I feel like it's probably not going to happen for a while now. So if we want to just kind of frame it around the international anniversary of Pokemon, 2027 really does kind of make a lot of sense for a lot of different markets. Of course, they're still sticking to the 1996 being like the original launch, but the whole point of this video is saying, yeah, that's why this year may not be as exciting as we were hoping, and we shouldn't dismiss 2027. Like, we shouldn't just end 2026 just feeling like the 30th anniversary is completely over. 2027 is basically going to be a continuation slash payoff for that big celebration with more major releases, anniversary projects that weren't ready this year, and I'm sure there's going to be other announcements and probably things that we have zero idea about that will be announced. But let me know your thoughts and your theories if this does make sense, because I personally, like 99.9%, do believe 2027 will still be a good year for 30th anniversary releases, like more of like the 30th anniversary promises, or I guess hopes, that should be dropping next year, if that makes sense. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know all your thoughts and your theories. If you guys are real and watching this from the video, comment down below. Purple, just the word purple. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.